Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us this afternoon. It is Mayegun Live. Sorry, I'm practicing how to speak softly. Speak softly, like not so harsh. I'm practicing. Practicing that. Do me a favor, read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast. Like it, share it. Tell everybody that cares to listen that Mayegun today. I miss you too. It's just one night off. I had that delay last night. No, there's something about my body. My system. People will send me messages and say, Mayegun, you need to rest. I'm like, don't worry. I have a system that tells me when. I do not wait for it to shut down before I actually take a rest. The moment I'm beginning to feel like, nothing else matters after that. I can rest when the body asks for it. Well, I'm back now, by the way. You should be back too. There is so much to unpack this afternoon and later this evening, so we're going to do it in two phases. The Ronukus, the Agbalagba Ronukus. They were shouting, you can't be like, say, to lose weight. Or to lose weight beyond the Nkoti, like a gole drossi, Ebing power is now official. Today. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun Brunch Time with Mayegun Live, where we are unpacking different kinds of injustices in a contraption that was practically unjustly put together. I mean, a lot of us have now come to agree that normal, Nigeria not supposed to be a country. Even though some deluded people who still feels like they could save a contraption that they had no idea how it came to be. But every day, every minute, every hour, there is always something to show to us that this contraption was not meant to be. But since it is being forced and foisted on us, like we should accept it and make it work, well, it will continue to claim its victims, including those who have joined, those who joined in their tribalism, tribal Olympics, you know, where important things, relevant things don't really matter to them except tribe, ethnic, religion, and inconsequential stuffs that continue to dupe them in the perpetuity of nothingness. Ladies and gentlemen, I saw an interview done by the SOA TV. So they own the record, they own the rights, or so a credit to this video you're about to watch. It is hilarious. It is funny. And at the same time, it is embarrassing. It's more than that though, right? These were the Ronukus that 2 years ago, in fact, less than 2 years ago, they were they were like everywhere explaining to us that, listen, policy didn't matter. And they said that all that really mattered at the time was a tribe. Your picking no figure big ass. You go put a bead in the bum, in the bum of another child. if you have a child that's got this big bomb, then put a bid on it. I think the man that was wetting his nappy, peeing on himself, that could not make any coherent statement. Tifnumbu that has no roots, no nothing, was the Omawatiolishi, the bebere, that they had to go and put a bid and another person's kid's ass. So they put a bid on the ass of a assless man with a weird pampas. So, and a year and a half after that, they are crying. And these begotten souls are back again with more excuses. In fact, they are indirectly denying their Omawatoshe at the time. Tifnumbu maybe now is taking off the pampas. That is why they beat the fall off now. The hunger is resetting the majority of them's brain. Nobody said they don't get job. Oh. This is the saddest part, right? I'm talking about people who have been working like slaves. I want to share return JJ Liri. Like a Liri is one tiny insect. It's like walking like an elephant and you are feeding like an insect. Get that? So Omawatiole finally showed all of them that you need to actually put capable people in charge. Your life is beyond tribal, ethnic, and other nonsense that they are pushing. If you care, how could anybody that brought in Bokwari be considered as somebody who means well for you? We screamed, we shouted. They called us Omoale. Today, the real Omoales are crying, but they are not even like, it doesn't seem that they have any remorse. So this particular video you're about to watch is that of some elderly Ronukus in Yoruba land who are now full of regrets. They regret that Tifnumbu no be Yoruba. They say Tifnumbu no be Yoruba is from Anambra. Unewi to be precise. That Tifnumbu Mamana from Oshogbo, from Oshun. They say in Papana from Anambra. Same way they started the rhetoric, the rhetoric of Obasanjo's father is not Yoruba. Obasanjo is not Yoruba, blah, 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 which was actually initiated by this Tifnumbu and his gang. You see, if you don't kind of follow Tifnumbu's line of politics, you are considered as a normal, Yoruba land, something that a lot of educated Yorubas have kept quiet for some reason and for some shady reasons, right? They kept quiet and later kind of like passed on. But now the elderly Ronukus out of hardship are now saying, they are now saying Tifnumbu no be Yoruba. They said Tifnumbu is from Anambra. Why Anambra? Why not Borono? Why not Sokoto? Why Anambra? It is because of the bigots and the bigotry that has been embedded in majority of them. You see, I told you something on this platform many times. I did say that many times on this platform that there is a consensus in that contraption Nigeria. If things are not going well, it is expected of you to blame the Igbos. Yes, it is normal. You see, if if the country is going up in smoke, blame the Igbos. If you are unable to take care of your family, look around, blame the Igbos. If the looters who are looting your entire patrimony, right? If you have nothing to actually, if you don't have the audacity to face them, don't worry, just look around and blame the Igbos. If the rain fails to fall, blame the Igbos. That is some kind of consensus in that contraption. And that is why you will see people from other part of Nigeria, except from the eastern part of Nigeria, other people from outside the Igbo land are expected to believe that if Nigeria is not working, it is the fault of an Igbo man. The Igbos that has never been in charge of Nigeria ever. But they are still blamed. In fact, they are like, the Igbos are those who are supposed to build bridges. You see, Nigeria has been in existence now for 64 years after independence, okay? 64 years. Out of that 64 years, the northern Nigeria, the Hausa Fulanis, Kanuris and others, they've ruled Nigeria for 47 years. And the rest of the years, right, is that of the southern Nigeria, mostly Yorubas. Out of that, Yorubas have ruled Nigeria. Obasanjo ruled Nigeria for 11 years. Now you have a Tifnumbu, all right, who has been there for a year and a half, making it 12 and a half years. The rest is done by a middle belton, which did 9 years, go on. And the rest also, like from the Fulani, Hausa North, okay, who have done the rest. 47 plus, how do you calculate that, by the way? 47 plus 17, Abi. Then you have an Igbo man. Goodluck Ebere Jolantan, who also ruled Nigeria for 5 years. When you add all this together, Igbos have never been in power in Nigeria for a single day. That is official, by the way, right? But they are still blamed. In most cases, they are those that some of these Olori Burukus are considered that if they want to rule Nigeria, they must build bridges. Igbos must turn to Julius Baja building bridges across Nigeria because he cannot be trusted. People who destroyed Nigeria are blaming those who have never had a shot that they must build bridges. Finally, they did go and put the bid at the bomb of the Pampas wearing son of theirs, Tinubu and one Lokon. 1.5 years after, it's not like 1.5 years after Paseo, like maybe 6 months into the whole nonsense, they've started crying, being power, being power. Until I saw this video yesterday, they said, Tinubu is not Yoruba. Okay. So an Igbo man is destroying Nigeria in the name of Tinubu. How deluded, how mad, how mentally deranged do you think the Ronukus are? Watch this.
You know, who is from Anambra? I know side. So the thing when they do now, they favor Anambra. Yeah, all the Igbo people, they like our way.
They said that they are suffering in Nigeria. That if you look around, everybody is suffering except the Igbos. The Igbos are the only people who are not suffering in Nigeria. Tinubu is favoring the Igbos. If you look at Tinubu's illegitimate government, 75% of those appointed by Tinubu are from Yoruba land, of course, and then the northern Nigeria, so to say. But according to them, they say Tinubu is favoring the Igbos. That the Igbos are the only people who are not complaining. In fact, they love him. Igbos love Tinubu. So Tinubu's father is from Anambra, Nnewi to be precise. His mama from Iragbiji, the deranged lunatics that we're actually sharing a space with. Let's go back to it.
You know, who is from Anambra? I know side. So the thing when they do now, they favor Anambra. Yeah, all the Igbo people, they like our way. So Igbo people, they enjoy Tinubu. Well, pass Yoruba, pass in other place. So Yoruba, they suffer now. Well. Why you say to Yoruba, they suffer? Because Tinubu not be our brother now. Tinubu not be your brother. Because they make Yoruba people suffer. No, not our local. It's Anambra. So that's why we are suffering now. That's why Yoruba people are suffering. Yes, let me tell you the truth. You know, favor you are waiting. Why now? They say declare that they will about win now. So if you for a father side, if you for a father side, yes. So people suffer now. We are not there. Live about somebody, no suffer. People there join now. They join now. Where? All right, yeah, party. I get to know now Yoruba man. What do you make Yoruba say? You know, for Yoruba say, as you know, do well. Because and this is what do now, nobody Yoruba will do for everybody of Nigeria. So, but we see they continue, we see they pray. Yeah. See, this morning I heard for one newspaper. They say as Nigeria feel come out military for power. Now so they go remove Tinubu. I know say they must remove him because the way when the carrots they go, now die with them. Make it carry water. You dey hear what I tell you? You dey hear me? Yes, sir. I heard for people this morning. It's 584. You are saying so? I heard that this morning say for paper, newspaper. They say the Nigeria will try remove military in power. And then remove military for power. Now so that we used to remove Tinubu for power. I know say it must happen. Because if you continue like this, now die with you. My boy. So Pampas I buy 6,000 plus. We are buying 9,000 something. So for a married man now, Nigeria. It's difficult for a married man. Even single is single to marry now. You'll be afraid of us to marry. Say I'm going to this kind of situation because the money that you have seen is not enough for you to feed the family. Common bread, let's go to bread. It's 2,000. Bread that we are buying 350 before, from 350 enter 500. Is that the reason why a lot of young men know they marry again? Now? Yes. You can't say young boy because you calculate yourself before you go to a relationship.
Do you know how much are you going to marry? If you don't, check your pocket first before you do anything marriage. For now. So Baba Tinubu, Eba said that, please do it well for us. Let's say a young guy or youth to enjoy this to your government so that we'll pray for you.
Baba Tinubu, just say you want to Yahweh in the country. Eh? You know Yahweh. I be glad. A root and baby, I know so go Mario. You me at the same for this. Even the woman at the system, you know, you do me to job. How about they walk? Walk one of VP, everything just calls. So I beg. You might not be doing making your son. All right, thank you so much.
In the week,
He said what?
Tinubu from Anambra, in the week side.
Why is Tinubu from Anambra?
Tinubu, his mother from Osun State.
Yeah.
That man, his father, is there for Lagos.
Yeah.
And then he married.
So Tinubu is not a Yoruba?
At all. In the week, Anambra State. Anambra, no, they were the
But the
Anambra
last
State.
time we spoke, you said Tinubu is for a Lagosian, it's a Yoruba man. That's the reason why you supported me. But now Tinubu is from Anambra.
No, wait. Let me tell you
What are the
something.
facts?
From beginning, I didn't support it. Yes. But I know Tinubu from Anambra. In the
Tinubu
week.
is from Anambra.
In the side.
So the thing when they do now, they favor Anambra.
Yes, if all the Igbo people, they like her well.
So Igbo people, they enjoy Tinubu.
Well, pass Yoruba, pass in other place.
So Yoruba, they suffer now.
Well,
Why you say to Yoruba, they suffer?
because Tinubu no be our brother now.
Tinubu no be your brother.
No be.
You want to make Yoruba people suffer.
Yeah,
Inshallah, come over.
No, not our local. It's Anambra, so that's why we are suffering now.
That's why Yoruba people are suffering.
Yes, let me tell you the truth. Yes,
So Igbo people are enjoying Tinubu.
They enjoy Tinubu the dream now. Yes, he said the way they cry. He said the way Igbo people cry. Every day they laugh.
Igbo people they rejoice now.
Well.
But what's happened to Yoruba now?
I don't know.
Yoruba they cry. I'm waiting.
No, I don't know what his mother do. I don't know what his mother do. So he's about his mother place, but his mother place. So that's my point. Thank you.
He's saying that Tinubu is from Anambra.
You know what thing? What thing I will make this man they deny Tinubu be say, I did not do well. So Tinubu is a Yoruba man. I deny Tinubu. Tinubu is a Yoruba man. But me as Shade, listen to me now. You know,
My father from Inewi, my mother from Yoruba.
What are the facts that back this up that his mother is from Inewi? What do you
His father. They jam from Lagos. Now from Lagos, where they jam?
So where you know be Yoruba man now?
Ask Nubu, where are you from? Where?
Last time you were saying it was
No. I'm not voting. Let me tell what is.
Go ahead.
Let me tell what is. I'm not voting for Tinubu. I'm not voting. Leave about voting or no voting. But the character now, if for this is government, for Igbo. If for a father, if father side. If for a father side.
If for a father side.
Yes.
So people they suffer now.
We are not there. Leave about somebody no suffer. People there join now. They join now. Well.
All right, thank you, Malam.
ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí. ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
Because that's how it is. Obviously, they know that he's always claimed to be a Yoruba anyway. Okay, he's a Yoruba. However, using that's how they normally start. Because they are wondering, how come the Igbos are not complaining? Because to them, the Igbos they are not suffering like them. Here you get, which is 100%, which is actually not true. Everybody is feeling the heat. We are talking about the economy. But how are the Igbos not complaining, or why are they not complaining? It's because they never expected anything from this Tinubu. I mean, they are businessmen and women, most of them that are especially those ones in the Southwest. They are mostly businessmen and women. So if you decide that your economy, if you make economic policies that makes their product or their businesses up to like, instead of going into extinction, for example, if you increase tariff, for example, an Igbo man doesn't have to complain. All he has to do is to make sure that if I pay you more on tariff, then I will increase the price of what I have to sell. Now the person will go buy and go pay, not me. So an Igbo man won't cry with you, okay? If the importation of this or that, or the production of this or that, and the cost of all of that actually increase, why should an Igbo man complain? When all he has to do as a businessman is to add that extra cost to the final product they are going to sell to you. Why should he complain? But you that you have to go out there and make all those purchases, you that is mostly end users that produces nothing, that sells almost nothing, you are following the criminal politicians. The criminal politicians who actually produces nothing as well, who have no idea of how to create wealth. They are there to promise you heaven and earth, but they won't tell you how they will achieve that. And whenever they pull out their dubious criminal economy policy, an Igbo man will just smile. Some of them have these supplies that could last them for another 2 years. So when they tell you, stick to people who actually have something to offer, and you turn around, you said a tribe, and tribe at this, ethnic that, be your own major thing. No wahala. Now you, when they produce anything, you, when they sell anything, you are jumping about, following people that gives you t-shirts, a cup of rice, Ankara. You are jumping up and down that you will show them. We will show all of you, the Igbos. So it is actually so kind of funny, if you think about it, that an Igbo man that says, do it right, it's better me you not do the right thing, you call them, you said they don't know politics. So you always sabi politics. You have brought in criminals whose only agenda is what? To take and take and take. So if they increase taxes, an Igbo man will smile and say, hey, now I go suffer more. If a pen costs 15 naira, and the criminal politicians comes around and says, I need to tax the pen makers. Igbo man that will sell this pen for 15 naira says, hey, these people don't get anything to offer you. Hey, we are saying it, everybody be careful with these guys. You tell them to shut up. You attacked them. You attacked them. You even kill some of them to make sure that your brother become president. Your brother became president. Impose tax on a pen. Pen that your children will use. Impose taxes on it. An Igbo man will pay the tax. Will pay the tariff. Come around and say, well, I'm going to sell this pen for 150 naira. Say, how can you be selling it for 150 naira? Is it not 15 naira we used to buy it? Say, well, if you can't buy it, leave it. Then you'll be forced to buy it because you need it. You will now be crying. Sorry, I need to kind of use money here. You'll be crying. Abi? You'll be like, how can you be selling this for 150 naira, But you'll still pay. Igbo man will collect it and go back to his shop. From whatever it is there, from his profits, he will be able to pay for his own child's school fees. If he has any medical issue like anyone else, an Igbo man will be able to pay for his medical bills. He will be able to pay for all the things that some of you will have to complain and sweat for. But politicians will come around and tell you to hate on them. So now that your Enyilokon is there now biting you, you won't turn the table. Why are the Igbos not complaining? Why are the Igbos not protesting? Why should they protest with you? When they kind of felt like they should participate in choosing the right people, you call them names. Some of you are still there. Some of those people who don't even live in Nigeria that are pushing the tribal, ethnic narrative and all of that today, they don't live in Nigeria. But some of you are feeding from that hatred online because you are telling yourselves, we must show the Igbos. Igbo man will never be president in Nigeria. They don't have to be. Make of Nigeria whatever you want. They will never face the same suffering as you are. They won't. And guess what? To make it even much like heartbreaking for some of you, the hardship that you witness in other parts of Nigeria, yeah, they witness it in the eastern